Well, hello there. It's another edition of Seriously Speaking, and today I'm talking about body issues. And seriously, everybody has one thing about their body that they don't like. I am so sure of that. Don't you want to know what I don't like about my body? Well, on the show today, I have two people who have learned to live in the bodies that God has given to them. And they are so confident about it. And I'm talking about plus size. You know how it is? Are they orobo or are they fat? Or what is it? What is it like to look like what people call orobo? And is this a serious matter? Surely it is, because body issues forever remain a topic of conversation, no matter what culture you're in, even in Africa. So I'll be back with my guest on Seriously Speaking in a short while, if you don't go away. Now, welcome back. My first guest on the show today, I first met her as a chef. And then I found out that she's a supermodel. And then I found out she's a mother of three. And then I found among the three, she has a challenged daughter. But in all of this, the constant factor is a bubbly, friendly character that is a plus size mama. It's my pleasure to welcome Feyi Luther. You're laughing.
I am.
Aren't all those things true?
They are.
You're all of those things.
I am.
But the constant denominating factor is your Feyi.
Yes, I am.
And Feyi is in this Amazon-like body.
Yes, it is. It is.
You know, tell me about the journey here, because I mean, first of all, can we start by you defining for me what's the difference between orobo, fat, obesity, and plus size?
I really honestly don't think that there's a difference. I just think that it's the way that people phrase it. I think that these things are just people's perceptions. An orobo girl is a fat girl. A plus girl is a big girl. An Amazon is a woman of size and stature. So I just think it depends on the person. And all those labels that we put are just based on the person who's saying them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. So...
Depends on where the person is coming from.
Where the person is coming from, exactly.
But from you growing up, you grew up in a family that there was a lot of support, love, guidance. Did you have body issues as a child? And if you did or didn't, what made it so?
I don't think I had, not that I had body issues as a child, but I grew up as a family. There are three girls. I'm the first daughter, and I'm the biggest one. And from when I was very little...
How tall are you? You're like 6'2", 6'3"?
No, I'm not, actually. I'm 5'9", and the doctor just said I've grown a little bit, so I'm just 5'9" and some. So I've been 5'9" all my life, but apparently I've grown...
And you wear heels?
I do wear heels.
That's why I thought you were 6'3".
No, I'm not. I'm the shortest of my family. When I was little, they used to call me Okpolo Granny, which was grandma's frog. It's because I was always round and chubby. I was that little girl that would just be running around the place. I would never have any shoes on, and I was always eating, or I was always laughing or something. So they used to call, and I had big eyes, very big eyes. So they used to call me Okpolo Granny, which means fat frog, basically. You know, but I don't think I had body issues growing up.
But it was a jocular manner.
It was
not condemning you.
I think in Nigeria, everything that we say, even when we say orobo, everything is always in a joke. Auntie, you are eating too much now. What are you doing again? Auntie, should you eat that? You know. So everybody says it's in a joke, but you do have the people who, you know, they're being mean about it. But I always got it in a joke form. So
it didn't affect how you thought about yourself?
No.
When did you realize that this can be an issue? Why I'm asking these questions? That's where the whole idea of doing this show came about. You had Curves in the City.
I did.
Which means cosmopolitan girls who are big do have an issue.
They do. Mm-hmm. I think part of it is that we don't, our culture especially, we don't talk about these things. So even when people talk about being plus size or being big, it's always said sort of like in a very behind the scenes way. So even when they call you orobo, you're not really, we don't ever confront these issues, or we don't talk about them. So we don't know how the person is feeling about these issues. A lot of plus size people that you see, a lot of big girls, they're always the ones who are smiling, laughing. So you don't really know the heart of the person or how it has affected them in their life, you know. There's been a lot of, I've not always been this friendly and jocular, but when I saw that it was the easiest way to always be smiling, and, you know, the fat girl is always the one in the movies who's the laughing one, who's always, she's either the clown She's either the one who is the
nice mama.
The nice mom. Yes, you know, everywhere, all the modeling competitions I've been in or environments I've been, I'm always Mama Feyi. I'm never just Feyi. They always have to add mama in it. And I'm wondering whether is it because of my size or what it is, but we're always placed in that sort of motherly role. And I think it's because of our size.
Okay, so you, as a child, you grew up without any issues,
yes.
But it became an issue at what point?
I think my size became an issue when I got married. My husband is very tall, and he doesn't mean to make it an issue, but he's very tall, he's very slim, he's very athletic. He's a vegetarian, one of the few Nigerian Igbo. He was a vegan. He was a vegan, but he's one of the few Nigerian Igbo vegetarians that I had ever met before. And so he's very into healthy eating, and he was athletic and everything. And I came, you know, I'm just there. I love food. You know, I'm a trained chef, and food is my thing. So it makes me very sad when I haven't eaten something good. And here comes this man who is very particular about, you know, his food, his diet, his exercise. And I think it started, you know, playing a little bit on my insecurities. And then also I had a lot of health issues during trying to have babies and things. So that also...
So you started to wonder if it's not your size.
Whether it was my size.
So you went through a depressive state and all of that. But I'll take a break because I want to introduce another young lady who is also plus size. Yes. And in fact, what she shared at the Curves in the City kind of like had me almost in tears. So I'll take a break and I'll return with the second guest I have on the show today, who's another plus size model. So welcome back on Seriously Speaking. We're talking plus size, and so I'm going to have my next plus size guest model for you. She's got a fantastic figure 8. When you talk hourglass, you're thinking about Sandra. Okay, left, right, strike a pose, turn around. Okay, take a seat. Let's applaud her. Come on. But honestly, Sandra, sometime, maybe when you were like 15, 16, would you have been able to do that?
No.
Why?
Because I was not always comfortable in my size, and I would always think that people are saying something about me. What are they saying? What are they saying? Because they used to call me Sandy Fat in secondary school. So that was my name. They called me.
Do you remember who gave you that name? Was it the bully in the class, or was it the brightest girl in the class, or it just happened?
It just happened. We used to have a clique, so I was the bigger one among them. There's nowhere they will see me, they will not know it's Sandra. If my back was Sandra, so they just call me Sandy Fat because we had like 2 other Sandras, so they just Sandy Fat.
You were the only fat one. Yeah. So, I mean, to you, what does fat mean?
Fat, it means like not the normal size that is termed, like from size 10 downwards. So I think when I was even bigger, when I look at the pictures, I knew that I wasn't so big as I am now because they still saw me as fat. My friends were way skinnier, and maybe I was just maybe 10 or 12, and they still called me fat. So I've always felt that I'm fat, and I just feel like the elephant in the room, like I'm always very big, but it's just even now that I'm way bigger than where I used to be.
So what you're saying is in the past, it's relative. Depends on who people are around you, how big or how small. But you know, you talked about your mother not even being fat, right? And then you were fat. Did you ever ask yourself, and you went through these depressive situations and all of that, is it imperative? Does it mean that everybody who's big will end up going through that kind of state? Sandra should answer that. Tell me about your mom.
My mom was not big. She only gets big when she gives birth. And she's way slimmer than me. I think it's from my dad's family. They do have a little bit of flesh. My grandma, she's big. My dad was big. He's huge. And so I think I got that from that side of the family. So being fat, I don't know. It feels like
a nice word.
It's not so nice, but we've accepted it because if you don't accept it, you won't be able to confront any other thing because you still feel like you're not acceptable, you're not worth it. You won't have that confidence. So I prefer to term it plus size or big, but not fat.
Okay, but you run now. How did your blog start? Because it was a blog about plus. What do you call it?
Plus Size Fashion Ninja.
Why did that start for you? Was it a statement of the fact that being plus size is not?
No, it started when I first opened my Instagram account, like in 2015. I just, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos. I used to follow like Chanel, Ambrose, and the like. So I saw the way they were living, and they were so confident and proud of themselves. They wear crop tops and all that. And in Nigeria here, we are not able to dress, like that. We don't even find those
plus size.
Plus size, yes. We don't even find such clothing that are able to fit our body type. Is it that they are too small, or they don't fit, they are very big, like
exactly, they're not stylish.
Yes, boo-boos and all that. So I decided to create the blog to, inspire other women like me, because on average, most Nigerian women are plus size, from size 12 upwards, so they are plus size. And if we can be able to switch up our styles enough, style helps boost our confidence, yes. It helps to boost our confidence. If you dress well and you go out, you can raise your head up.
You can say that again, absolutely. But I must take a break. I'll take a break so that when I come back, I want to discuss what the community you're trying to create, how important it is for us to feel one in the plus size. It's a shade.
It is.
I'll be right back with my guests in a short while. Welcome back, and my guests are still in the house, but I would like to bring Feyi in here. Feyi, because the thing is, you talked about thinking that guys wouldn't like you, when you were big. You've talked about that. And Feyi talks about she was the girl that every guy wanted to be with. How does that happen, Feyi?
I honestly, I don't know. I just know that when I was growing up, dating wasn't an issue. It wasn't an issue for me. It really wasn't. I don't think I saw myself as a size. Maybe that's why. I was much more confident as a younger person. I started dating probably, little boyfriends like 15, 16.
And you're writing letters to each other.
Well, they were writing letters to me. So I was always that girl that people would, talk to, and, the very friendly girl. And I was very confident in myself. And I didn't take any nonsense. I didn't take any prisoners either. So...
I went that way because you underlined a very key issue. If you said you had that kind of issue, it meant that you were not confident. So what is it that we do wrong as a people that allows people, regardless of what size that they are, not to feel confident to come out?
Okay, like the name calling.
Yes.
Name calling and, trying to force you on a diet. You should go on a diet.
This is the force.
You should, yes, you should. You're eating too much. I really don't eat much. Anything I just take, it stays. I don't know. But, and it feels that you're always eating, you're eating this and you're eating that. I think those are the things that just makes you feel bad, and, you try to, like she said, you're always smiling and all that, but we bottle up a lot of things. Like, so many people are depressed. On my blog, I get so many people saying that, thank you, you're inspiring me, and all that.
I just wonder, though, what's the last thing that we must take away, if nothing else? Sandra, what must we never tell a plus-size person?
That's tough. Just not saying that you're too fat and all that, because before you say it, the person already knows. It's true, we already know we're fat, and we are trying to think of what to do, to work on our body. It's not nice just say, Sandra, it's been a long time, but you're now fat, though. That term is not nice at all.
Take that out. So I must zip my mouth when it comes to that.
Yes.
What about you? What do you say?
I think it's the message that I would like for people to take away is just that for other plus-size people, it's not about how you look today. It's about where you are today. So it's what you feel inside of yourself. And for me, the journey has been speaking to myself kindly. I'm also my harshest critic. So it's about speaking to yourself kindly. It's not really about what other people say. Because if other people are telling you, people tell me that I'm good looking or I'm loved, and I can't take it. So it's only now for me to be able to see that. So it's about the message that you give yourself, basically.
So thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank
and my
you so
message
much.
really simple.
Thank you.
Whatever body you find yourself in, love it. If you don't love it, change it. If you can't change it,
Exactly.
love what you have.
Exactly.
And it's a continuous journey. Today you're 14, you're 16, you're 12, but live it. But I'm glad that you're working on it, and I'm glad there's style for everybody now. And that's where the place of comfort comes from. When you see people like yourself, you see them stylishly dressed. So thank you for being my guest.
Thank you so much.
And all the best with Curves in the City.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week. Bye.